Well, today is last day, and Beth and I are up early. We are heading to Kansas City. It's actually a fairly short drive, only about 4 hours, but we're going to stop and explore on the way. In the background, you might hear some noise, and that is fruit bats that are roosting in the trees. This is the second hotel that Beth and I have stayed at recently on the road with AMP3, where there are bats roosting in the trees. Kind of interesting. Well, one question we get asked quite a bit when we are at preparedness expos, frequently by people that don't really know why they should prepare, they will ask us, why should I prepare? And that's a reasonable question. If you take a look at your local area, for instance, where we live in the Pacific Northwest, we have to think of weather events such as snow, rain and flooding, and ice. And certainly on the Pacific Rim, we need to think about earthquakes. Now here in the Midwest, there is earthquake risk as well with the New Madras fault line in Missouri, and certainly tornado is another significant risk. Well, Beth and I found out a very important reason why people in this area need to be preparing, and I'll share that later on in this video. The expo is over. We had a great time. We met some awesome people, and Beth and I both got to meet some YouTubers, which is always a ton of fun. We have one day together, and then tomorrow I fly out of Kansas City back to Portland. It's very interesting. I posted the first video from the expo journey, if you will, early this morning. I have to tell you, I have tried 30 or 40 times to upload video, and I don't know if it's the internet here or what, but we just had a difficult time, and so a little bit of a lag getting these videos uploaded. But I uploaded the first video today, and that was the video leaving Portland and arriving in St. Louis at midnight. Haven't even been to the expo yet, and the very first comment was from a viewer that gave a link to the very place that Beth and I are going to right now. We are heading to the Westlake Landfill in Bridgeton, Missouri. It is, and I'll put a map up, only 38 minutes from Collinsville. We did not know about this until we arrived here, and the promoter for the expo, who we've known for a while, talked with us, and he found out about this 1 week ago. There is a landfill fire that has been burning since 2010, and currently, according to the reports, it is less than 1,200 feet away from a nuclear waste dump site with nuclear waste that is uncontained, that dates back to the 1940s from the Manhattan Project. And I'll let Beth talk about this a little bit, but last night we were looking at the Facebook pages for the Westlake area, and we both shook our heads in disbelief that, number one, not many people are aware of this. It's not being discussed in the news. And number two, we were just at an expo aimed at preparedness, and no one there was talking about it, and no one knew about it except for, I think,
a couple people.
Beth will tell her story.
So the gentleman that I was talking to yesterday was really conflicted about what to do. And when I mentioned that he should leave, he knew he should leave, but his wife was having a hard time with that. You know, she kept saying, we only have 4 years left on our mortgage. Highway to the danger zone, danger zone. Highway to the danger zone.
So Beth and I are at the Westlake, Bridgeton, Missouri landfill. And it's interesting, we drove up and down the road and there really is no warning signs about any potential danger. And unless you have the presence of mind to do some research and keep yourself informed, if you're a resident here, you might not be aware of what's going on right behind me here. Well, Beth and I wanted to stop by here and just see it for ourselves. It's actually on the way out of Collinsville to Kansas City, and very interesting that there really is no warning signs letting people know what's going on under the ground here. I only became aware of this situation a couple of days ago, and I've not had time to adequately read and be completely informed. But I will say at first brush, it is kind of alarming to think that there's a fire burning underground right here since 2010, and it is approaching a dump site that has uncontained nuclear waste only 1,200 feet away. Just sounds like a bad situation. Let me tell you, the smell here is horrendous. Oh my God. We are concerned for the residents here. Beth and I are not meaning to be alarmist. We just wanted to share a development that we discovered while we were here for the Preparedness Expo. And this certainly was a focus of conversation for us last night at dinner. I wish we weren't under such a time crunch right now, because tonight there is a community meeting with the EPA, and it would be very interesting just to sit in on that meeting and listen to the discussion between the community and the federal government represented by the EPA. I think if I lived here, I would find a way to, as difficult as it sounds, I'd pull my family out of here. I'd find a job. I would relocate. I'd get out of the danger zone.